All right, I'll do the intro.
Cool.
We're on episode 27. Welcome to Unscripted Strength, episode number 28. We're in the office again today. Mm-hmm. We're doing the real thing, not the Zoom one. Not that those aren't real, I guess. But here we are in the office. Please like, comment, subscribe. Helps out the podcast. Send it to your friends. Force it on to your parents. If they don't exercise, they don't really care. Put it on their TV. Cast it to their computers. Log into whatever they have and send it to everyone you know. That'd be great. Thank you so much. It is me, Ethan, and we have
Day
here. Not Dr. Day.
No, I swear to God.
Dude. Not yet, bro. Not yet. Anyway, first thing we're doing, we're getting to training because Day won't let me talk about the doctorness. Day, how's your training going?
Good. I got sick last week, so I just had a cold. I traveled for work the weekend before. Anytime I travel, I get sick. It's just like how I am, whether it's like a short trip or not. This one was a short trip. It was to Houston, so a very quick flight. No delays, nothing. It was smooth. There was an early morning, but nothing out of the usual, right? Like, I'm used to early mornings. I didn't train as much when I was there. The time difference wasn't crazy. All in all, I still got sick with that. So because of that, I had to just adjust training. So I kind of was like, all right, impromptu, like, recovery week. And I didn't do things that kind of put me in a hole, kind of like running, right? Like, running usually really fatigues me and all that. So I stayed away from running. I did like very easy spin bike where like my heart rate was staying very low, 120 like max, like 120, 130 max. Lifting was pretty light for a little bit, and then I eased back into it. And now I feel like I'm cramming before we travel this weekend. So now I'm like, oh, I feel better, cram. And now I'm like, oh, I don't feel as good now. My resting heart rate today was 64.
What is it normally?
No, I mean, during the semester, it got up to 68. Crazy. Whoa. Yeah, like, so obviously, like, I was super stressed. But after the semester, once I like got into the flow of like living a normal life, my resting heart rate was like 48. So it was in the 40s.
So this is a huge jump.
Yeah, so now it's back up. Since I've been sick, it's back up in like late 50s, early 60s. So
what is your travel hygiene is the only way I can think of it, but it's not hygiene. But like, so I traveled recently with Joseph. He made fun of me the other day when I asked him.
You got sick on that trip, right?
Yeah, but I asked him to be on the podcast, and he's going to listen to this and do it again. I asked him to be on the podcast. We could make it happen this week, but he was like, I don't even need to be on the podcast. You bring me up every time.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway, we traveled together, and I realized that I don't have any travel hygiene. So, like, I got sick because we did our flights. We got there. We did all this stuff. I don't think I drank any water.
Yeah.
I barely ate any food, and then we were having to do a bunch of stuff, and I got a terrible migraine.
Yeah.
Terrible migraine. So I'm also dumb. But have you ever thought about increasing your travel hygiene so you don't get sick?
I have. And the most increase I've done is I just wash my hands more frequently. That's it. Like, every time I walk, like, I get up from my seat wherever I'm waiting, like, I'll go to the bathroom to wash my hands. So I just try to wash my hands more frequently, but I don't do enough because I still don't drink water. I actually drink less water because I'm like, I don't want to pee on the plane. I don't eat because the pressure change upsets my stomach. So I was like, oh, we're fasting.
Whoa.
Every time I get to like the hotel or wherever I'm going at once we land, like, and I'll use the bathroom, I'm always like peeing dark yellow.
Dude.
Like very dark yellow. So I'm dumb. Like, I clearly do things that I should not be doing. So there's like, it's no surprise, I guess, like every time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it is my commit. We're leaving on Friday morning. It is Wednesday right now, the 9th? 10th?
Mm-hmm. Today is
10th?
the 10th, yes.
It's Wednesday, June the 10th. It is my commitment that when we travel on Friday, I'm going to be travel dad.
Oh.
And I'm going to force you to drink water.
Okay.
So I'm going to see if I can just...
if it actually happens.
Yeah, I'm going to put, those little kid leashes, like the little monkey backpack?
Yeah.
I'm just going to put a monkey backpack on you. Like, hey, get over here. Shit, sorry. I'm just going to hand you a water.
Like, when I start, like, floating to the energy drinks, like, pull me back.
Like, where's the monsters? Yeah, no, I'm also terrible. Yeah, we went and I watched Joseph, like, had, like, bags of snacks. He brings, like, an empty water bottle so he can fill it in the airport, like, dump it for, like... And I was like, oh my God, he's so used to this.
Yeah.
And I literally, like, from the time we got there to, like, I don't know, halfway into the day, I don't think I had any water.
Yeah.
And then, I was, like, cramming. I was, like, drinking so much water. I was like, oh my God, I have to, like, eat and take care of myself. My head hurts so bad.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
It's insane how much of an impact It has on you. I also am very like motion
Me
sickness.
too. Okay, this is not gonna be great.
So every time the plane starts descending to land, like I'm on the verge of like puking.
Do you take Dramamine?
No.
Why?
I should.
Okay.
Because I just don't. Because I'm dumb. Like there's a theme here.
Yeah. I am going to be travel dad.
I need to get some of that. You know, I'll buy some today.
We'll be ready to go.
Okay.
I'm gonna be travel dad. Katie's gonna prepare me. Because she's normally the one. Yeah, she's the one taking care of me when we travel. She's like, hey, you need to eat something and drink water and take this Dramamine. I'm like, I'm fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that gave me a terrible memory of when Joseph and I traveled. I didn't take a Dramamine on the way home. Normally, if I sit in the window, I'm fine. I just stare out the window the whole time. And I'm like, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. And we were flying back from Frisco on the first flight, which was the longest or the second one. I don't know. It was the longest part of the flight. And I was sat on the aisle, which I never sit in. And I've never been so nauseous on a flight in my life. Like, I was head between my legs shaking. Yeah. Like, just like, I'm dying. I'm literally dying. And then something with the flight, like, we got into turbulence. Or maybe it was a short flight. That was the problem. So we get into turbulence, which I don't mind, but I'm nauseous. Yeah. But the turbulence meant they weren't going to give us the drinks. And all I wanted was a ginger ale. Yeah. That's literally all I wanted. So they're like, hey, everyone, we're going to, pass out drinks in a minute. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I'm going to survive this. And then we're like, turbulence is coming. And then they get on the intercom. They're like, no drinks. And I was like, well, I'm going to puke in the middle of this aisle. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and die. And on the way there, the flight attendant saw me. And this guy was like, hey, take this. And handed me a ginger ale. And I was like, I've been saved. Didn't help at all. I was done. I was long gone. Yeah. Yeah, and then we landed, I took a Dramamine on the plane. We landed, and then the next flight was fine. Okay. But, oh, my God, it was terrible.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I've told you the story in the military, right? What they've done to me.
No.
So when you're a brand new lieutenant, people are always going to give you shit. You just graduated college. But you're given the title of an officer. So everyone's like, "Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You took the easy way to get there." And it's like, "Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game," type of thing. But everyone gives you shit, right? So the rank it's like 2 gold bars. So they call you butter bars.
Cool.
So it was one of my first, I want to say it was like within the first month of me being at this unit. I just moved to Tucson, and it was with the C-130s. And the pilots were like, hey, LT, come with us. We're going to do a low-level flying with an open ramp. Come join on the flight. And I'm like, cool, like I'm just going to step out of the office and just go on a flight on a C-130 with an open ramp in the back. And there's going to be people I'll be able to get like a first-hand view of the helicopter of the C-130 refueling helicopters and stuff. I'm like, this is sick, right? And they said it was low levels, and I didn't know what that was at the time. So I'm like, okay, whatever low levels is. I get on the flight. Low levels is essentially they're flying at a low level, so they're hitting every cloud. And it's open ramp, and I'm dying. And they did this on purpose, right? Because they're like, oh, brand new lieutenant, let's fuck with her. I am puking everywhere, like absolutely everywhere, and like uncontrollably. And luckily they had a flight doc on the flight, and they were like, hey, you gotta take care, like LT's like dying, she's puking her brains out. It's gotten to a point where she's now just puking like not solid stuff, like she's puked everything she's got. Oh no. So the doctor puts me down, and he's like giving me meds and all this stuff, trying to like refuel me, and I'm still like puking, and they're hitting these clouds, and the fucking thing just coming. I'm like, I can't do this. And it was supposed to be like a longer flight, but they had to cut the mission short, turn around to bring me back. And so I'm like, joke's on you, because now you guys essentially you guys have to do this again tomorrow, and you're not getting whatever pilot credits you need to get or whatever. And this just screwed up their whole plan.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was so bad, dude. It was so, and I remember I got off the flight and I'm walking back to my office, and it was like 10 a.m. by the time that happened. And I just like grabbed my keys and I just went home. I was like, I'm not
doing this anymore.
This is not it. They got me good though.
That's incredible. Yeah. What a good prank, dude. Did they know that you got motion sick, or they were just gonna mess with you? And
they were just gonna mess with
it was about
me.
To be?
Yeah, they were just messing with me, not knowing how bad my motion sickness is.
I love that a lot. I'm quite a prankster. Yeah. And I don't prank anymore at all. Zero. Because I normally get in trouble. Because what I think is funny is normally, like, that kind of prank is my favorite thing. And Katie and I one time, and then I'll tell my training, but Katie and I were with friends, and I said this. I was like, "Oh, I love pranks, but I don't do it anymore. Like, I don't prank Katie at all. She hates being pranked."
I hate being pranked.
And someone we were with was like, "Oh, come on, like pranks are fun." I was like, "Yeah, I think pranks are fun, but a lot of people don't, and I've done a lot of pranks and made a lot of people really angry, so I just don't." And he's like, "Well, I mean, like, what kind of pranks are we talking? Like, the fun ones are like pranks that don't." Like can be easily reversed and don't like affect people. Like it's just like, haha, it's a prank. And I was like, oh yeah, see, that's not a prank to me. That's just like we're just goofing.
Yeah.
A prank is like, hey, I'm going to take this person out into a really uncomfortable position and fuck them up. And it's going to be really
ruin
funny.
Their day, yeah. Make them look like a fucking idiot and ruin their day.
It's not even necessarily that. Okay, I'll tell this story quickly because it's my favorite one. I worked at a local sandwich store, which will remain unnamed, when I was 16, and we would prank each other in the kitchen because we worked in the kitchen, and we're pranking people, and someone from the front pranked me. They put chocolate in my straw. I had like a cherry Pepsi. That's a normal prank. Mm-hmm. Chocolate in the straw, you like kind of tape the bottom so you take a sip, it's chocolate. And I walked up to them and was like, hey, if you do that again, you're now entering the prank zone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get you. Don't do it again. And they normally, they're a front of house person, so they don't normally get involved with pranks. And then they do it again. I think they put an onion in my straw, which also, not that bad. It's just an onion, whatever. So I stole 2 honey bears, like the refillable big things of honey that are like this big, and collected all the breadcrumbs from the bread cutting machines from the building for like the rest of the shift. And then went outside and covered their car in the middle of summer in honey and breadcrumbs. And then put a chapstick under their doors handles of their car and went inside and was like, that's my prank.
Yeah.
This is a great prank. And then they went outside and proceeded to cry so hard. Came inside and I was like, what's wrong? And they were like, look what you did in my car. And I was like, oh, yeah, that was funny.
You put an onion in my straw, so I'm going to fuck up your whole car.
Yeah, so that's just where my brain goes. It's like, it's like, oh, you
That's
pranked me.
Fucking crazy.
What am I gonna? I'm gonna prank you, and then I'm like, ooh, how could I prank them? It's like, oh, I could. Yeah, I got a lot of them. But yeah, so I don't prank people anymore because that's the kind of pranks that I like to do.
That is insane.
Yeah, that's not even the worst thing I've done. Jeez. Sometimes you just gotta have a good prank, you know. It's like you can't baby around a prank. You gotta prank them.
I'm not good with pranks.
You get angry?
Yeah, I get angry.
See, the
I'm
problem
like,
too.
Fuck you, you're on my shit list.
The problem too is I think that's kind of funny, which is what fuels my love for pranking. Because it's like I am in that moment trying to upset you.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm trying to fuck with you.
I would have sobbed as well if I saw that on my car. Yeah, I would have sobbed.
A short one I did to my aunt when we were kids. We went into her cabinet and she had all the canned goods.
Yeah.
Like 100 of them. And my brother and I cut all the wrappers off and threw them away of all of her canned goods in her house.
Jesus Christ. I'm like just trying to picture it.
Like everything in your house that's a can, it's just like silver cans now in her thing. And she was like, what are all these? Did you guys keep track? And we were like, no, we didn't keep track. And it's like, what do you mean you didn't keep track? It's like, well, that's the prank.
She has to like open every single one to get to the fucking bean.
Yes, it's not a prank if I kept track of everything and didn't do that. The prank is your cans are fucked up.
I would have been so pissed. This was your aunt, you said?
She was so angry.
Oh yeah, I would have never spoken to you again.
Yeah, and that was one of like 6 pranks that happened to her that night.
It was 6.
Yeah. So that's why I don't prank people anymore. Don't prank people.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Yeah, so anyway, my training, away from my pranking people, is fine, is normal. I have reduced how much volume I'm doing on my lifting, and I'm doing a little more cardio, and my training feels kind of boring right now.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I have to try to prepare for this Ragnar that I'm going to beat Joseph at.
That's challenging words.
So that's it. My training's not really fun right now. I did some power cleans today, which I haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
Which was a fun time. I did like 3 exercises. Yeah. I did heavy split squats, heavy power cleans, and then kettlebell single leg RDLs, and then I was done.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Thing.
And then tonight I'm gonna try to run.
Okay.
Which it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for my training. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. It's always good to get to that point though.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That's usually what
it's just kind of like.
Yeah.
Chill.
It's like, oh, this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to keep those at like, I don't know, 3 to 5 exercises at most.
Yeah.
And just vibe with the workout and keep my energy a little bit higher for the cardio stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm trying to not run at 215 pounds. So I'm trying to lose weight too, which is lame. It means I have to eat smarter, which is dumb. Can't eat whatever I want.
Yeah.
Which really just looks like me cutting out any of the dumb stuff that I eat that I don't need to be eating. That doesn't feel like I'm denying myself food. Yeah. Like I had donuts on National Donut Day because I'm a grown up, and those were incredible. And by I had a donut, I mean I had 3 donuts.
Yeah. Where from?
Donut Wheel.
Oh yeah.
The best.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I did the thing I normally do where I buy.
That's the pink boxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought 6 donuts and I got 2 Boston cream pies and then a vanilla frosting filled. Which is, I think, controversial because it's kind of a weird one. Katie made fun of me for it. But I bought 6 and then was like, give me that one for the road. So I bought a road donut and then ate it on the way home and then got home and ate the Boston cream pie. So Katie came home to 5 donuts. I'd already had 2. And then we had dinner and she was like, should we have a donut? And I was like, I'll have a donut. That sounds great to me. Woo!
That's great. When was National Donut Day?
Was it last week sometime? I don't even remember. It must have been last week. Or it was the beginning of... No, we're... Still in the beginning of this week. It must have been like Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Or something like that. National Donut Day. Someone told me at work, and I was like, oh, I have to go get donuts.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Saturday. No, it wasn't Saturday.
I did not know that.
The deadlift thing. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing for training. But then Friday, when we're in Texas, David, I don't know what your plans are for Friday, but David wants to do a push-pull cardio workout.
Okay.
At some point, either at this gym or... somewhere else.
Okay.
He's got all the connects. So
okay.
We're going to go somewhere, unless you're busy.
No, that sounds good to me. That sounds good. But yeah, cool. What's your favorite movement that you're doing? Split squat.
What's my favorite movement? Single leg RDLs have been... I've done them like every week for a little bit now. I took about a month off last month, 3 weeks. But before that, and in the workouts I did do last month, I was doing single leg RDLs and I really like those. Yeah. Landmine has been my favorite. Double kettlebell if I don't feel like setting up a landmine. But yeah, single leg RDL or split squats, reverse lunges.
Got it.
My problem recently is something feels wrong with my hip that I'm not a huge fan of. It's like I've got some pain in the side of my hip that every time I squat or lunge, I was doing bodyweight lunges on Monday showing someone. I have this like burning sensation down my hip and like a pain in my hip. Kind of like, I don't know, seems like femoral acetabulum syndrome. I've got some tendon pain at the head of my femur. And when I do like storks, like wall presses, those, it seems to quiet it down.
Okay.
So I've been doing those and then doing my split squats today didn't feel terrible. The first set at the bar felt the worst.
Yeah.
And then as I warmed up and loaded it, felt better. But I don't know when this happened, maybe last month at some point. My time in my head is not a functioning part of my brain. At some point in the last year, and by that I mean month and a half, I was doing broad jumps and landed, and I swear it felt like my whole femur shot into my hip. And kind of like...
It's like a shock?
Yeah, it's like every muscle turned off and it just jammed into my... It's like I jammed my finger, I jammed my hip on a jump, and it kind of landed and was like, oh, that felt really shitty. Like, I didn't like how that felt. I finished the workout, but since then, it's like this weird burning sensation in my hip. And I've had problems with this hip before. But yeah, it's just been weird.
Yeah.
Squatting to depth feels weird. My knees always feel weird squatting really low. But yeah, I don't know. I did something jumping and then haven't addressed it too much. I've been doing some, normal workouts, but yeah, it was just weird. But even today, the single leg RDLs, my right leg felt fantastic. My left leg felt, I don't know, like a little burny, like deep into my hip, like right into my pocket every time I came out of it. Not that I couldn't do the weight, just felt less stable and not as punchy. Yeah. Right leg felt fine. But yeah, those are my favorite exercises right now. Okay. And I hurt myself doing Murph.
With your
my shoulder's sad. Yeah. So I could do a pull-up right now. Okay. A single pull-up.
Beautiful.
Which is annoying. But it has kind of, I think people sometimes forget that it's okay to be uncomfortable and still train. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
All the time, I talk to clients all the time that have like a little bit of pain. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's tough because people experience things a lot differently. And, it's like who knows what kind of, like, how much it hurts or how scared they are or whatever. But I don't know. It's like I want people to be a little bit more comfortable being uncomfortable in their body, and like it's okay for your body to feel things. And I don't know, like learning the difference between what being hurt and what being like having an injury is, or something hurting and having an injury. Like an injury is an injury, you know. Like I think my shoulder is borderline injured, and I can't, like I can press like probably a 25-pound overhead, maybe. I know I can do a 20 right now on my left side, and normally I can overhead press like 70. Okay. So it's pretty diminished, and I can't do a pull-up. And I'm still hesitant to say that it's injured. Yeah. Because it was an acute thing, and it's not, you know, I'm not in pain, unless I'm doing something, but I'm still doing something. And I was at the gym the other day doing overhead presses with a 20 in my left hand and a 60 in my right hand. And one of our clients was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm lifting. And then the conversation turned into like, well, doesn't your arm hurt? And I was like, yeah, my arm hurts. It's like, why are you lifting? It's like, what else am I going to do? I got to lift. Like, I'm not going to not lift until it feels better, because the way it feels better is probably just like continuing exercise and managing what I'm doing to a point where I can tolerate it. So I'm just working out until it's tolerable, and this is tolerable. And I just, you know, some people I think get it quicker, and some people genuinely I think don't get it. You know, they're like, well, it hurts, so you have to stop. And it's like, well, if that were true, I shouldn't be lifting for the last, like, I don't know, fucking 6 years. Yeah. I think I normally have something that's like not hurting. You know, my knees are normally a problem. They've swollen up a few times, and I've had some acute injuries to those. But I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's tough. And I think about this specific topic too much, because I think a lot of our clients do deal with pain quite frequently, and I don't know.
I agree. I think it's such a common thing with like all populations. It's the same thing as like stress as well, right? Like everyone's going to say they're stressed, but like who's actually experiencing like stress, and who's just like overwhelmed? Yeah. Because everyone has a busy life, so it's like a hard thing to say, because like you could tell someone like, hey, like you're probably okay, keep going, and then if they keep going and then they get sick because they were actually stressed, right? But then it's like, how many people actually are at that point? And I feel like it's the same thing with pain, where it's like you don't want to say like, hey, like your pain like diminish what they're feeling, but at the same time it's like you probably train through it or figure out a way around it. There's very few cases where it's like rest is the answer. Yeah. Just like complete rest, but yeah, it's just hard, right? It's hard finding that, because I think everyone's gonna say that like, you know, they're experiencing pain. Like during my run this morning, I was feeling it mile 3, my knee, and I'm feeling it right now. So like my right knee just doesn't feel great. But it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to shove in as much of my training right now before we travel, in the case that like I can't stay on routine this weekend for any reasons, and I'm also coming off from illness, so it's like I kind of want to, like I got eager and jumped into training. So like tried to go heavy Monday, tried to go heavy yesterday, having ran the past week, and then ran 6 miles today. And so like my knee's like, all right, bitch, like you usually do, like, because I haven't lifted day after day in the past like 6 months. I usually space it out a day. I don't lift every day. I'm usually like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or even like longer in between. So the fact that I had 2 back-to-back days is like not normal for me right now. Yeah. So my body's just like,
the workload was just a little bit too high.
Yeah. So it's just like pissed off.
Well, are you worried about it?
No. Yeah. I'm in a few days it'll be fine.
Yeah. It's like, man, it's so, you know, I know we both have and worked with a lot of people, and I think, how long have you been coaching?
A little. I think like 13 years.
Okay, yeah, a long time. Yeah, we both, between us, have quite a bit of experience and continued education, and like talking to physical therapists and talking to, you know, all these specialists, and like, but still, you know, it's like what you were saying earlier is like, it makes, you know, it's like it's so much more nuanced, I think, than people give it credit for, and like having that conversation with clients is so much more difficult than it is portrayed. I mean, obviously everything on social media, I think because of the nature of how short the content is, you have to take a lot of the nuance out of life out of shit. You just can't, you don't have time to like, it depends people. Like you can't do that. Yeah. But in real life, it's like I know we've both trained through so many things and been like your knee bugs you right now. you're not worried in the slightest.
Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable. And you know, like tomorrow or the next day, it'll be fine. And it most likely is totally fine. And then it's like the more times you, just like with everything, anytime you do something the first time, it's terrifying because you don't know, you don't have any situations in life or you don't have any experiences that back up like the thing you're doing. You know, like you're new to it. So the first time your knee starts hurting, you're like, I have to go see a doctor. My knee hurts. And it's like you should almost expect someone to feel that way because they don't know any other way. Some people are built differently and are like, I don't give a fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
Fine. Most people are not like that. So it's like, you're right, you could tell someone, like, you could probably train through it and be okay, but most people, one, aren't going to believe you. And, you know, it's like managing that conversation is not a have the conversation once and it's done. It's like, you have to build trust with this person and like slowly educate them and like still sometimes they're just like, no, I'm going to a doctor or I'm going to a surgeon or I'm going to get a shot in my knee or my shoulder or whatever. And, you know, I've had conversations with people where it's like, my knee hurts, so I'm going to the doctor. Or I schedule an appointment with my surgeon. And it's like, how long did your knee hurt for? And it's like, 3 days. And it's like, how bad does it hurt? Oh, not bad. Does it hurt right now when you're standing? No. And it's like, you know, sometimes I ask these questions and they don't know why I'm asking.
Yeah.
But like if your knee hurts while you're standing, you're not doing anything, and it's insignificant pain, that is like a flag to me of like, oh, okay, like they're just standing doing nothing, putting pressure of body weight, that's causing discomfort. That's not a, you know, it's not a terrible sign, but it's also not a great sign.
Yeah.
But if you're standing there talking to me and you're like, oh, I'm doing this, and it's like, is there any pain? No. Well, when does it hurt? Oh, when I do this one thing really low, it hurts a little bit. And does it hurt after? No. It's like, okay, you're fine. And it's hard. Like, you know, you can't just look at someone and be like, you're fine.
Yeah.
You can.
It's hard. It's that balance, that like of interaction and trying to be a good listener.
Yeah. And not just be like, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
You legit just kind of need to move on. You're going to be okay. Because they don't know. Like, they don't know what we know.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know what the PT knows or whatever. And yeah, it's just like I think a lot harder of a conversation than people give credit for on like educating someone that pain is okay to feel. And that it's, the ideal life is not being out of pain completely.
Yeah.
You know, like even a lot of the stuff out there is about like training pain-free, and I kind of don't like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what does that even mean?
Right.
You know, like, what does training pain-free mean? Do you expect to have a life where you're pain-free? Because that's not going to happen. Like, what happens if you're, you know, doing something, like you're going to grab something off a shelf and you like tweak your shoulder? Like,
right.
What are we talking about? Like, that stuff happens all the time. I would argue that's where most people's injuries come from, is not in the gym. Is like, oh, I was turning and grabbing something out of the back of my car and my shoulder did whatever, and now it's screwed. And it's like, okay, so you're not going to do that ever again? It's like, well, no, I'm going to. It's like, that's just life. You're not going to be pain-free.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough.
I feel that.
Yeah, and there's, I don't know, a lot of, I've had a lot of those conversations and a lot of really positive ones. I don't want to act like I have never run into this and solved these issues. I know we both have had plenty of people where we gain their trust. They're not hurt anymore. They're not scared of it. They continue their training. They do great. Yeah. I've done that a lot, but there's still some where it's like they just don't want to listen, and you're like, all right, it's fine. Yeah. Can't do anything about that.
I remember at this point, it's probably 4 years ago, I was doing a lot of CrossFit, and it was like around that time. Because it was when I first started, so it may have been a little bit earlier. I had like horrible elbow pain, and it was just like achy throughout, like, it just got worse as the days went on, and like I would go to sleep and I remember like I couldn't bend my elbows. It was just achy, and like in the middle of the night, and I'm like, fuck, like, you know, I would try to take Tylenol to try to get the pain to go away and all that stuff. But it was just a simple like look at the program. It's like I'm doing a ton of gripping and I'm doing a ton of bar muscle up and ring muscle up, like alternating days of skill work. And so I'm just gripping bars like the whole, like all of my training session. My volume was high at the time. Yeah. But I think that was one of the first times where I was like, this hurts so much. And like, do I have to go talk to someone about it, like PT or something like that? But yeah, it was just that. It was just like a load thing. Yeah. And I think always having like if someone's not, you know, if they're not the ones writing their program or they're not familiar with programs, I always think it's good to get like an outside perspective of like load stuff. Like, someone who understands the different like load variations. Because like, right, like I could run 30 to 40 miles a week and I'll be fine. Maybe around 45, I'll probably start getting some knee pain. Versus like, I know just from experience working with certain athletes that they could handle 60-ish miles and they'll be fine. They're not going to experience anything. So I think that's the cool thing about being exposed to different like people, right? GPP athletes and then like my mediocre self, and then just seeing like, okay, like there's all these loads and people experience things in a different way. And I think getting like, if someone starts experiencing like knee pain when they're starting running, it's like, okay, well, let's see what you've been doing and kind of like how is it progressing and all that. But yeah, I think that was like one of the first experiences, because like before I did CrossFit, like leading up to it and all that, when I was like early 20s, I never felt anything like any pain with training. Granted, I was doing I did a lot of barbell work like during my short powerlifting stint, but I was doing a lot of machines.
Yeah.
So like I just didn't feel a lot of like pain or whatever. There was one time though when I was deployed in Iraq, because when you're out there, your job is simply to do your job and then nothing else, right? Like you're not like, every day you have to travel to work and all that. You don't have that there. You have to take like normal life. You're taking care of your house, kids if you have kids, pets, spending time with friends, family, spouse, partner. Over there, you don't have that. You simply just go to work and go back to your tent or whatever, and that's it. So you have all this time to train. So like usually when people go, they come back like jacked. And when I was there, I was like, well, I'm just gonna train like as much as I can. And I was just training and training. And I remember having debilitating knee pain. I remember that. Actually, not my elbow. That was the first time I had like really bad pain. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I remember like I was on the bottom bunk. And I remember getting up and I just couldn't walk. And so I got up from my bed and I kind of just like fell. I kind of had to like keep my legs straight because I couldn't bend them.
Oh my God.
And I just like fell and I was like, motherfucker. Like, hopefully nothing happens today in Iraq. I was just squatting. I was doing squats. I was doing leg press, lunges, everything. Just normal like powerlifting training stuff. I was just doing so much of it. Yeah. And I was also going crazy with the weights because I'm like, fuck it. Like,
yeah, well, what else am I going to do?
I'm maxing out every day if I can,
Love
right?
that.
Like, I'll take a day of rest a week and just like go
every
ham.
month?
Yeah.
I'll rest once every month.
Yeah. 6 rest days while I'm here. That was nuts. That was probably the first time where I was like, what the fuck did I do? Did I just fucking break myself? Like, I've never felt anything like this because, again, before that, it was all just young day who recovered really fast. Yeah. Yeah.
How funny. That's so
nuts.
funny.
It was nuts. It was so painful.
Just rolling through the desert.
Yeah.
I'm coming to work. I'll be there in a minute.
Like, hopefully nothing comes up today. Like, we're not getting bombed or anything. Because that would have been bad.
I'd hobble away.
Yeah, like, because you have to, during like certain situations, if we have to evacuate in under an hour, under 10 minutes or whatever, you essentially are running to the planes that we have, the C-130s, and you're just running there with like your stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, let today be the day.
Straight leg running.
I just imagine like the plane taking off and I'm just like, I couldn't make it.
Crawling to the plane.
Yeah. Just leave me behind.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first pain like that I felt from training was my like getting into training as an adult was how I quit smoking cigarettes. And I had like not worked out like seriously in, I don't know, a really long time. I think I was 22 probably 22. And I was leaving work and I was smoking a prime time because I had quit smoking cigarettes and I had a vape, which was how I quit smoking cigarettes. And then I was smoking prime times, which if you don't know what a prime time is, which I don't think most people know what a prime time is.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that?
It's a cigarello. It's like a little cigar. It's a mini cigar. Okay. It's a cigarette. It's a mini cigar. It's a cigarette. And I had like justified it in my head that I was not smoking cigarettes, but I was smoking my vape and these little like cigarellos, and they were grape flavored. Like the end of the thing was grape flavored. We used to cut them and roll joints out of them. Like you'd empty them out and then
That's
roll joints.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Black and Milds are also something you do. Black and Milds have the wood tips.
Okay.
Prime times are like they come in a cigarette pack, and it's like it's like a tiny little cigar, and you can like empty it out. Like you just kind of grab the whole cigarette and twist on it, and all the tobacco falls out. And you put the tobacco in like a piece of whatever you're holding, and you mix it with your weed, and then you put it back in. And then you've got, a joint, a spliff. Yeah. I was a degenerate. So I was driving home. I was on Oracle and Orange Grove, or going that direction north, and there's a Boxing Inc. right there on Oracle and Orange Grove, and I just pulled in. Because I was like in and out of the gym, but nothing, I couldn't keep myself there. And I grew up watching combat sports. I love combat sports. So I was like, I'm going to go join this gym. And I literally walked in. And before I walked in, I broke my e-cig, and I cracked the pack of Prime Times. And I walked inside, got a membership. And I love kickboxing. It's like my favorite thing on the planet. I don't do it anymore. But I went from no training at all to like 4-5 days a week. But I was doing like I would go to a session, like one of their classes. I started with like just the boxing stuff, and then I found out they had a kickboxing classes. So then I went to the kickboxing like group classes, and then they had like a serious guy, like a serious person's kickboxing group. There. And so I went to that pretty quickly, and I did that for like 3-4 years. But the way I hurt myself was I went from no training at all to like 10 hours a week. Yeah, I lived there. I would like do a session, and then I would do like an hour on a heavy bag, and then I would do like an hour of lifting, like all in the same day. And then if we had the kickboxing, we would do the kickboxing thing, and then we would do sparring in the ring, and then I would lift. Or I would lift before, I'd lift it, and I was there all the time. And my lower back was just like torched. Like I went from no rotation at all, smoker, drinker, to just like, I'm just going to exercise a bunch. Yeah. And had no idea what I was doing. And my lower back was, like, I would get in bed, and I could not lay flat. My back hurt so bad. Really? Yeah, both sides, just like across my back. And that's where I had back problems for a while, from like 22 to like, how old am I, 31? I don't know, 2 years ago, it like kind of all stopped. 2 years ago was my last really bad thing that happened. And I haven't had any since. But that was like, I could not lay flat on the ground. Yeah. I'd have to pull my feet up like this and like tuck my hips under, because my lower back hurt so bad. Like 7 or 8 at all times. I'd sit at work, my back would hurt. Yeah. I'd like put like a heating pack and like tie it around my waist. Yeah. Ice. I was just like eating Advil. And I was doing this was like when keto was like huge. So I was doing this intermittent fasting and keto. And
you morphed them into one.
Yeah. I was like, okay, what if I did intermittent fasting in keto?
Then like the more is better. Yeah. So I get it.
And I was like, zero fiber. I was eating like things fiber. Of like ground beef, cheese, sour cream, and hot sauce.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was bomb. Yeah, and that's good. All I was eating. And then I was going to do like 3-hour workout sessions of like high intensity. Yeah. Like constant work for 3 straight hours, and just keto. And so my nutrition probably played a little bit of thing into this. And dude, that was the first time. And I remember that's kind of what got me into like being interested in fitness and like seriously, because I started looking up like, how do I fix my back? And like watching YouTube videos and like listening to all these people and like trying stuff and guinea pigging myself. And my back pain persisted for, that was 22, and I'm like 7 years. Dang. It was like pretty consistent back pain for 7 years. Yeah. And it was like lower right side. Like I can put my thumb exactly where that pain was. Working at Chipotle. Oh no, I had back pain at Chipotle. So longer than that. Okay. But that was like it was like work. Yeah. Like you fucking you're like just hunched over, chopping vegetables all day long. Yeah. And working on a grill. But yeah, that was like my first. I think something's wrong with me. Never went to a doctor. Yeah. I would go to the doctor and he'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" I'd be like, "Oh, nothing. Fine. I'm chilling." I'd never told him. I'd go home and my wife would be like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I'm like, "I don't know, it's fine. I'll be fine." Yeah. And then I'd like lay in bed and be like, "Oh, my back hurts so bad." She's like, "You talk to the doctor?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine."
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'll take some Advil. Yeah. And at that time, I was taking Advil so often, my liver enzymes were fucked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my doctor was like, "What are you doing?" So I was intermittent fasting.
I eat Advil every morning.
I was intermittent fasting, so I was doing like 16/8, so 16 off 8-hour windows. I think that's what it is. And I'm waking up, my back's killing me. Yeah. 1,000 milligrams ibuprofen.
Fucking just bloop. On an empty stomach.
Empty stomach, yeah. Jeez. Almost every day. And I was still drinking a little bit. Yeah. I was still drinking a lot. I will have a drink. I'm not sober, but I used to drink an inappropriate amount. And so I'm like, on the weekends I'm having drinks, which is not keto. Yeah. I recognize. I'm not smart, if you haven't caught on. And then I'm waking up empty stomach and taken 4 or 5 ibuprofen. Yeah, and then I remember getting my blood panel back, and he called me and was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, you're dying.
And no, he immediately was like, "How much are you taking ibuprofen?" And I was like, "Every day." And I just remember him being like, "What are you doing?" And then I told him, "I'm intermittent fasting. I'm doing keto. I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm taking 4 to 5 pills of ibuprofen every morning." And he was like, "You have to stop." And I was like, "Yeah, it kind of seems that way, huh?"
Once you said it out loud, you're like, "Wait, yep, okay, I get it now."
Well, looking back on it now, I'm like, "What was I doing?" I was just trying to live.
Yeah.
I was trying to be alive. I felt alive. That was a crazy time.
That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, so when people are like, "I do dumb shit," I'm like,
wait a minute.
I'm here with you.
Listen to this.
I'm here with you. I'm here for it. Let's try some dumb shit out.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. I hiked up one of the trails in Yosemite back when, I think it was before I was even 21. And I was living, in my undergrad, every summer, I would go to California for the whole summer to work at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. And I did just research. So I was just doing research there. And that's in Livermore, California, which is more NorCal. So a lot of times, like all the, the postdocs, PhD students, all the people who work there would take like trips on the weekends to San Francisco, Berkeley, Yosemite, things like that. So I went with a group of people to Yosemite, and there's this hike, I think it's called like something stairway, because it's just a bunch of stairs. And it's like an all-day hike. Like, you're going to take all day to go up there. It's July. I brought no food, no water. I just fucking went in my workout gear.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I'm like, let's go. And I remember getting, like, close to the top, and I'm like, I'm going to die of thirst. Like, I am so fucking thirsty. Again, it's a trail. There's no, like, bathroom or anything where you could go. There's not even, like, much places that you can like veer off to like piss in the woods or anything. It's like pretty much like a bunch of stairs, like stone stairs that go up.
Hell yeah.
So I didn't drink anything. I remember we got to the top and there was this river, and I was just like, I don't know. Everyone's swimming in the river and I'm fucking drinking it because I'm like, I don't know what fucking bacteria is in here, but if I don't, like, I need to drink water. I'm going to die. It is fucking hot. Oh God. And then I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, I would have been that case where they're like, someone in Yosemite died today. What was the reason? They didn't bring water. Yeah, we get a lot of those here. That would have been me. Yeah, it would have been you. I'm such a fucking idiot. You know what? It wasn't. You were fine. And then I'm like, if I could survive that, I don't have to drink water for anything else. That's crazy. Yeah. That's the next thought. Crazy. I understand it. Yeah, I know you would. Crazy. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I fully get it. But yeah. Yeah, I've done some. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't life like just kind of doing dumb shit and having fun? Looking back at it and being like, holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, we were. I must have been 16, I think. And you know Romero Pools? No. It's in Catalina State Park. It's a 3.5 mile hike. Okay. Into like this natural runoff, water runoff. Okay. And they've got jumps you can do there. It's like a 10-foot jump into these pools of water. Okay. It's like an 8 to 10 foot pool. 10 foot, 20 foot, 30, and the biggest I think is 40. And we had a party Friday night. I'm 16. I was hammered. We woke up, this is July, August. I woke up at, I don't know, like 6:37. We must have gone to bed at like 3. And I remember so clearly, my friend's dad made us like, we called them like pancake roll-ups. He'd make like real thin pancakes, almost like crepes. And he put brown sugar and butter. That sounds delicious. And just roll them up in cinnamon. I think I had like 2 of them, 3 of them, nauseous. And I remember we went outside, I'm smoking a cigarette, and they're like, hey, we should go to Romero Pools. It's like a 3.5 mile hike. I'm like, all right, let's do it. This is where we made great decisions. No shirts, no sunscreen, 1 gallon of water, and I think a 30 pack of Coors Light. Holy shit. Yeah, onto this. And we hike in, we get there like 9:30, 10. Probably, and then hang out in the water for a little bit, and then hike back. No water, just beer, and no sunscreen, no hats, nothing. Yeah. And I get back, and I legit, same feeling. I was like, I'm dying. I think I'm dying. Yeah. My back feels kind of like numb. And my shoulders kind of burn. Like it's like hot. And it's hot. It's like 110 or something. Yeah. And we're hiking into a mountain, like we're on a mountainside. And I remember getting home to my mom and my grandma. I had blisters from like the base of my neck all the way down my back.
just like sun damage blisters. And they yelled at me for so long, and were like, "You could have died." And I remember like, "I'm fine. I'm here. I'm fine." So stupid. So stupid. And maybe that's why I don't prank or don't do anything stupid anymore. I've done such...
It could get dangerous really quick.
I know how dumb I am. So anytime someone's like, "We should," I'm like, "I'm out. I'm out.
I'm going to fucking kill someone.
Don't bring me. I don't want to be involved. If you guys are going to go bar hopping, I'm out.
Yeah.
If you guys are going to do something stupid, I'm out because I'm the dumb one.
Yeah.
And I just can't be involved in stupidity because I'm the issue. Because people are like, "Do you think we should climb a mountain in summer with no water and no shirt?" And I'm like, literally what could go wrong?
Yeah, like, brilliant idea.
And it's actually the situation's wrong. And it's like, is it though?
Yeah.
Is it though? Did you get hurt? No, you'll be fine. So, yeah. Some dumb stuff.
Yeah.
But I made it.
You made it.
I did make it. Now I can tell that story about how stupid I was. But, what are you going to do?
Yeah. It's nuts, like... Was I telling you the other day about the story of me drinking in New York City? Yeah, that was dumb too.
That's so funny.
It's so dumb. I mean, like, again, for anyone who's listening, like, I don't drink. I didn't drink in college. The first time I drank, I was 22, whatever.
I remember you saying that to me and being like, that stood out to me in the story. That you said... What you didn't say was when I turned 21 is when you had your first drink. You were over the age of drinking.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
I've only drank, and then since then I've only drank like a few more times. And again, it's always social stuff. Like one of them was like with family. 2 of them were with family, and that's it. I think it was like 3 times total. Mm-hmm. And that first time I'm just graduated college, living in New York City, making good salary, living my best life, having an easy job too. Mm-hmm. So it's like, this is amazing. And then I had a really close friend who was living in New York City as well, and she's from the area. So it's like, I have this easy job. I just get to meet up with my best friend a ton of times throughout the week, and we just do whatever throughout the city. Like, this is great, and I have money to blow. Like, it was great.
Yeah, might as well. When in Rome.
Yeah.
When in New York.
And so she was more of like a city girl and all that, and she was like, and she also likes to party. Mm-hmm. She was like, you've never done this in college. Let's just go out and have fun. So she's encouraging me. She's pushing me. I get peer pressured, and I'm also like, I'm an adult at this point, so it's like all the blame's on me.
I'm gonna live a little bit.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, all right, I'm drinking everything. I was like, I've never drank before, so like I'm drinking everything, and I think you've seen how I eat and drink. Like, everything is fast. Like, I'll go through cans at restaurants. Every time the waitress or waiter comes by, they're like, "How's the food?" I'm already done. I'm like, it's been 5 minutes, bro. I'm done with my meal. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. They usually bring me, like, within the first 10 minutes, I'm already done with 2 glasses of Coke.
Whoa.
Right? Because I consume everything very fast. So that's exactly what I did with drinking, never having drank before. And I'm just drinking everything really fast to the point where I don't feel it hitting me.
Yeah, it takes a second. It's a loading time.
Exactly. But I don't know that. So we're going to different bars. I don't remember anything from that night. I just remember the first bar we went to, and I remember the moment where I got up from a bar. I don't remember what bar we were in. I remember I got up from my seat and I looked at her. I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I felt like everything. And then I think she said I fell into some people. They brought me to the bathroom because I was puking everywhere. This was a public bathroom in a New York City bar. It was one stall. It was like a one toilet bathroom, right? So there wasn't stalls. And there were a ton of women waiting to go use the bathroom, and I'm puking my brains out to the point where, like, one of the women was like, "Oh, just bring her to the sink while I pee, because I really need to pee." So and then I'm puking in the sink. Then other women come and help me out. I had to get carried out by a stranger and my friend. The next morning, I don't remember anything. I Ubered back to my apartment the next morning, and I remember the Uber driver being, like, concerned, where he's just like, and again, I'm so lucky this Uber driver wasn't a creepy person, because I remember I got out of, like, the whole time he's like, "Are you okay?" He's like looking back. He's like, "Are you okay?" And by then I'm conscious because it's in the morning, the next morning. And I'm like, I have a horrible headache. I feel like I'm whatever. I don't remember anything from last night. And then, like, when I get to my apartment, he's like, "Do you need me to call someone and, like, make sure you're okay?" And I was like, no. Like, I'm conscious. I'll go up. And I was sick the rest of the day. But that night before, my friend was telling me, she's like, I thought I had to bring you to the hospital. I was going to have to bring you to the hospital. Like, you were done, like, limp. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like, I fucking don't remember anything. Like,
blacked out.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
And again, like, I'm a small person and I'm just drinking all this stuff. I can't imagine. Yeah. I just think about it and I'm like, what an idiot.
You know, it's so good that
I have pictures
you're like that, though.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people, I don't know if you've ever heard Tim on the Coach 'em Up podcast talk about, you know, he's sober.
Oh, is he?
He's like 7 years sober, I think. And like I said, I'm not sober. I just have gotten to a place where I control myself and don't put myself in positions where I drink a lot. But, you know, some people do what you did and are like, wow, that was fun.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that again.
I was like, I never want to drink again. Hold on, scroll through. I have an album. It's saved in like a...
Still have the tattoo.
Yeah, dude, I got this tattoo when I was like 16. Yep. You'll see my lifeless body in the next ones, like just thrown on the floor.
Fully dead.
Yeah.
Just actually fully not alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, part of why I stopped drinking very much, if almost at all, is because I've done that probably, I don't know, 100 times.
Yeah.
I think I had done that like 50 times by the time I was like 18. Yeah.
I did it once, and I'm like, I almost killed myself. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, like, so many people do that. Like you said, like...
I would do that Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. Yeah. Like every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend, and then like towards my senior year of high school, and then after, like the year after high school, I was, you know, just constantly. I was just constantly fucked up.
Yeah.
Like anytime we were doing anything, it was like we're drinking. And then the worst is like I would have days or nights where I would do that, where I'd like get fucked up and puke a bunch.
Yeah.
And then we'd get up, and instead of being like a normal person and like trying to like recover, you just like kind of start drinking again. Because you're like, the hair of the dog will fix me. Like, how do I get rid of this hangover? Another Coors Light. Or like another Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
And then that's what you do.
Yeah.
And then, either you have a moment where you're like, I got to stop doing this to myself, or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, I think I still know some people who like to party.
Yeah.
But the problem with liking to party is you like to party.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, this is kind of fun.
Best.
I like getting fucked up. And yeah, it's just not fun. Well, I am glad that you did that, and then we're like, that's not for me.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
It ruined my like training too. I was like, this sucks.
Like, I can't work out today.
Yeah, I went to the gym the next day. I did in the evening.
What is wrong with you?
Because I was like, okay, I think I could function. I just remember like again, I was 20 something, early 20s, and I was like, I need to train. I'm gonna lose everything if I don't.
Dude. Oh my god.
Yep. I didn't do anything crazy. I remember I just did like arms and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember like wanting to throw up the whole time.
Oh yeah.
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 I drank 2 more times, and one of them was because like it was with all my both of the times was because I was with my siblings. We were like, it's at home. I'll have like a beer or two or whatever, but that's it.
And you just had a beer or two.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also normal to not drink.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's also normal to do that. Dude, only recently have I been able to, like when we go out somewhere, just be like, I'll just get a Diet Coke. That's like a new, probably in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I've done that. And like every time I do it, I'm like,
yeah.
I'll just get a Diet Coke.
Have you had the
non-alcoholics? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty good. I got one last time I went out last week, and I had 2 Diet Cokes and a non-alcoholic Guinness.
Okay.
Because Guinness is my favorite. But I ordered that, and 2 people were like, what are you drinking that for? And I was like, don't fucking look at me. I'll kill you. I'll fucking murder you. Don't do it. So, yeah. And I know I'm laughing at these stories, and they're not funny in that way. You know, they're just like, it's life. That's what I did. It is what it is. Don't do it. Or do. You know, you gotta figure your fucking shit out for yourself. But, yeah, it's hard.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's getting fucked up's a tough one.
Yeah.
But that's why when last year at the Coach 'em Up conference, I met Tim, at the thing. And I've always really enjoyed listening to him talk because he's open about being sober and being like, I think in the fitness world, you don't find a lot of people who are former degenerates. Mm-hmm. There's obviously like those out there. And I don't mean degenerates like you went to college and drank and partied like normal people, which is why I liked Tim so much, because he was, I could hear what he was doing in me. You know, like I've been getting fucked up. Not currently, But I was getting fucked up when I was like 13 years old. Like the first time I got fucked up, I was 13 and loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
And since then, like 13 to like 23 was just like my whole childhood was just seeing how often I could get fucked up.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's weird. Like looking back at it now, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah.
Why was I doing this? I have no idea. I don't have an answer. Other than I liked it.
Yeah.
Probably for like trauma and whatever bullshit I deal with my therapist. But
Yeah.
it was interesting. I met him and was like, hey, I just wanted to tell you I appreciate you talking about stuff like this. Because so many fitness people online is like health and wellness and da 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 da. And sometimes I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You know, like, it's not, you know, that thing where it's like, we all have the same 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Get out of here.
I was getting blackout drunk when I was 14 years old. Like, some of us had a little bit of a different motion into what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's not that easy for some people, you know, being like, just follow your workout plan and your food and your macros and like, fucking, it's like, okay, what do I do if I'm getting blackout drunk 4 nights a week?
Yeah.
You want me to just follow my macros? No? Okay,
Yeah,
cool. It's like, what if I can't stop getting blackout drunk?
Yeah.
And they're like, just fucking do your macros and work out, dude. Whatever. Get out of here. So it was nice to... He talks about it too. So I think it inspired me to be like, you know, you can not do that. You can make a choice.
About it.
Yeah, you can make a choice to not do that. I see a therapist. I talked to my therapist. I talked to my therapist a lot about that, which is partially what helped me stop getting fucked up all the time, as well as my wife was like, hey, knock that shit off, dog. This is getting crazy. And my life trajectory sucked, you know. I told you the other day I almost failed community college, and that was like in the moments of me being fucked up all the time, and was like, dude, this is embarrassing. Getting a letter from a community college being like, hey, you're gonna get kicked out. I remember getting it, a physical letter telling me I'm on academic probation or restriction or whatever it was. And being like, yo, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Crazy. I think it's so funny how different, like, our paths were, right? Like, you're saying about getting blackout drunk and all that when you were 14. Yeah. When I was 14, I joined the math team. That's when I first started dating. At the time, it was someone who I ended up marrying. We're divorced now, but... we got married, but we started dating when we were 14. So I'm already like committing to a long-term relationship that's going to end in marriage, ultimately divorce. But I remember like that was the year there was a teacher who was just like, you know, talking to me about colleges and all these things and like encouraging me to look like beyond what, you know, what I was setting myself to. And like, so at the age of 14, because I was a freshman in high school, that's when I was like, oh, I need to like lock in if I want to like go to school here and do this here, blah, blah, blah. Like such a different trajectory and different. Yeah.
By 14, when did I get into high school? I was 13. Because I'm like the third youngest in my grade when I was in high school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I'm actually on the older side.
Yeah, so I graduated at 17. So 13 was my first year of high school. So that summer going into sophomore year, I had been detained by the police.
No way.
Yeah, oh yeah. I had been taken home twice by the cops before that, but that was for being out past curfew. They did not catch me doing what I was doing, but that was just like, you're out past curfew. Yeah. We're taking you home. Call your parents. Is that you or me?
I think it might be you.
Oh yeah, I'm getting spam calls. Yeah, I'd already. So 14, I got detained. I didn't get arrested, and then probably 2 times after that. I think one more time that summer, I got in trouble. I'd never been arrested. I was pretty good at talking myself out of it. But yeah, 14, I'd already been cuffed, put in the back of a car, told I was going to jail, and then I immediately was like, I'm a minor. I'd like to talk to my parents. I knew the drill. You know, I was like. You know, I'm not, first of all, I'm not a snitch. Didn't snitch. Thank you. Call my mom, was like, here's my mom's number. Call her. I'm a minor. Won't be talking to you. Thank you very much. My mom showed up. My mom shows up and goes, take his ass to jail. And I was like, oh my God. And then she comes up to me and just laying into me. I'm in a cop car with my hands behind my back, sitting out of the car. There's 2 cops behind her and she's standing there just, fuck you, blah, 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 just hitting me with it. Take him to jail. Take him to jail. I don't care. Take him to jail. Take him to jail. And then they close it. They put my legs in. They close the door. They talk to my mom. They open the door. They're like, you know, turn around, uncuff me, give him my mom. And I just got I got hammered by her.
Insane.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. So.
You know how we did the side-by-side video yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could do a side-by-side of us as teenagers. Like high school day, high school Ethan.
No, you don't.
You would see me walking to class with all my books because I refused to waste time to go to my locker. So I would carry all my textbooks.
That's crazy.
Because I'm like, I gotta be the first one in class.
Yeah.
And so I would like carry all my books. Meanwhile, you're like handcuffed.
Oh yeah, dude, I was a problem. Like 8th grade year, we did our school trip. You know, the 8th grade trip. They went to Simi. It was like this, whatever that island off the coast of California is that everyone goes to.
I know. I've heard kids that like that have gone there from like for their school trips that I've trained, but okay,
so,
I've never.
Check this out. I go into my 8th grade year. It's like we're like signing up for our classes, and I'm in special ed because I have anger management issues and learning disabilities. So they call me in and they're like, "Hey, we're going to talk about your 8th grade trip." I haven't even got into 8th grade yet. This is like signing up for classes, and they're like, "Hey, we're letting you know that to be eligible for this trip, here are the criteria. However, based on your behavior the last 2 years, you are not eligible to go on the trip." And I remember being like, "What?" And they were like, "You are not going on this trip because you're a twat." And I just remember being like, I can't go. Like, I was banned from the trip before I even could be eligible. Yeah. Instead of being good teachers, I know it's a piece of shit, but instead of being good teachers and being like, "Hey, this trip's an opportunity for you to turn your fucking life around," they were like, "You're not coming, kid. You're a fucking problem. We literally can't trust you on this trip."
I bet the teachers had like a teacher meeting beforehand, just discussing like the school year.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "Actually, that Ethan kid, make sure we let him know because no one's gonna I don't want to fucking deal with him. Make sure we let him know before the year starts."
There was no teachers being that Ethan kid. You know that kid? Everyone knew me.
That's
because
so
no
funny.
one wanted to deal with me.
That is so funny. You were one of those kids like. Everyone knows. There's a kid like that.
I was terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
There was a kid like that in my elementary school, and I also went to middle school with him. And he added me on Instagram like a year ago. Nikon, what a good dude. And he was like that, like everyone just like, smart ass kid, hilarious. Mm-hmm. But teachers are like, fuck this. Mm-hmm. Like he was like way too smart too. Yeah. Like he was just like would tell teachers off and stuff, and he was just so funny. And he's a firefighter now, and I'm like,
checks out.
Yeah, I'm like, what a good dude. I was so glad to see that he did well.
Yeah, it would be funny to see. What was your GPA in high school?
4.8.
Oh my god. Dude.
Yeah, because I took a bunch of AP classes and all that, and that's like weighted. But if it was like percentage based on like just if I averaged all the percentages out, it would have been like a 99. Yeah. Ethan, when I tell you, I would.
Whoa.
So our high school started early. The first class was at 7:10 a.m. I'd wake up because I lived close to the school, so my dad would drop me off. So I was at the school by 6:30 because my dad drops me off way too early. But I would wake up like at 4, study.
Whoa!
I would get ready.
You still do that?
I still do that.
Honestly,
I know.
I wish.
Habits
I wish
started
I
early.
I wish.
And I would get ready in like 5 minutes. So I would wake up, go, and then my dad would drop me off. I'd study in between classes, blah blah blah. Lunchtime, the teachers loved me, so they're like, you could go to the classroom and study. You could use our classroom to study. So I would go to their class. I wouldn't eat lunch with everyone else. I would go to the classroom to study.
Yeah.
After school, again, I didn't play sports or anything. I'd go home and I'd study. And at that time, I had my boyfriend, and he would come over. But I would be like, hey, if you're gonna come over, we're studying.
We're studying, motherfucker.
We're studying, or you're watching me study.
Whoa, dude.
And so. Crazy. Because I did that, he ended up graduating second in the class.
Oh my god! Yeah, you carried his ass.
Yeah.
He said, "Hop in my backpack, motherfucker. I'm about to get you some good grades."
If we're gonna stick together, we're making it all the way. He ended up getting he's an engineer now. He ended up getting a full ride scholarship to a really good private engineering school over in Massachusetts.
Fuck yeah!
It's like $60,000 a year. He got full ride the whole way through academic. And, like, we're still, like, on good terms and everything. He's always just like, yeah, like, I got to thank you for, like, everything.
Hell yeah.
Because, like, I just remember, like, we're fucking studying. We're studying. We're taking the same classes and we're fucking studying.
That's so funny.
Yeah, dude. It was
so
funny. What a trooper, though. He was like, okay.
Good guy, dude.
Yeah.
You're your study buddy.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah. I did not have that experience in high school. That was not what I was doing.
That's what I'm saying. A side-by-side video would be so good.
Dude, I was bribing our security officers. I'm not even, dude, my freshman year, I was giving packs of cigarettes to our security officers.
That's funny.
Because only upperclassmen could go off for lunch and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And this is like one of those moments I look back on it, like the ballsiest thing I ever did was walk up to a school employee with a pack of cigarettes in high school and be like, hey, I'm going off for lunch today, and just handed a pack of cigarettes over. And I remember her looking down at those and looking at me and grabbing them and just like nodding, and I turned around and left. And then I got in someone's car. This is like the first week of school. Got in someone's car, we drove off, and I never came back.
That is so funny. You know, it's funny that you like saying these things, because at my school that I went to, it was not a good school. Like, it's known to be a school full of like troubled kids, a lot of people who don't graduate, a lot of people don't go to college. And I remember, like, you know, I had friends a lot like you. They would be like, oh, fuck, I'm trying to get out of here. And they would like skip classes all the time, skip school. But I remember, like, there was one time where everyone was planning on doing something. I don't know if it was skipping school or whatever, and one of the kids in the class, he wasn't in my class, he was in another class because he was like level 2, whatever levels there are. And he was like, make sure Day doesn't skip class. And he's like, she's a good one. We don't want to fuck her up.
Dude.
And everyone was just like, no, we're not trying to fuck her up. Like, she's a good kid.
Leave her be.
Yeah.
Leave her be. She's too smart for us.
Yeah. And I remember he would always be like, no, you're too good. Don't fucking fall for any of the stupid shit we do. I was like, how's this kid doing? And 2 years ago, I saw that he was in jail, and I was like, fuck, man. Yeah. But yeah, it's so funny. Like, he was a really good dude, and he was just like, no, like, no one fucking mess with her. Like, she's if someone's going somewhere, like, let's hook her. Let's make sure she actually gets there.
That's so sick.
And then I became a strength coach.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
How long have we been going for?
I don't know. I want to say like an hour and a half. Maybe.
Hour and 16.
Shit.
Alrighty, folks.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Unscripted Strength. Again, please, you sharing, commenting, liking, subscribing helps us with the algorithm. Please do so, so we can continue to tell our stupid stories, and maybe we'll find a way to do it. Your life versus my life, like what we were doing.
Yeah. We could find like pictures or something.
Dude, we should put our GPAs.
You know what? If you have any pictures of you in high school, I have some.
I could find some.
Yeah. We could do that.
All right, that's another episode. That's a wrap.
Peace.
Later.